The mysterious M cave. Hey guys, how's it going? Dudey here. I'm back with another video. In today's video, this is a fan suggested topic. It sent me down quite the rabbit hole because it's about a cave, a mysterious cave in the shape of an M, thus the mysterious M cave that is near Area 51 in the Nevada desert. And it gets very weird very quickly. So without further ado, let's jump in. So in 2014 on YouTube, on a YouTube video called Son of an Area 51 Technician, there was a comment that would send the internet down a rabbit hole of mystery, conspiracy, and death. Snakebit McGee was the commenter, and the comment went as follows. That ain't nothing. I'm a long distance hiker. One time during one of my hikes out by Nellis Air Force Base, I found a hidden cave. The entrance to the cave was shaped like a perfect capital M. I always enter every cave I find, but as I begin to enter this particular cave, my whole body began to vibrate. The closer I got to the cave entrance, the worse the vibrating became. Suddenly I became very scared and I hightailed it out of there. That was one of the strangest things that has ever happened to me. So the guy behind this comment was a gentleman called Kenny Veach. And as he said in the comment there, he was very passionate about long distance hiking. He did it very, very regularly. He was often in the desert, walking around for long durations of time. He was a seasoned hiker. It's safe to say that this comment garnered quite a lot of attention and intrigue, and it wasn't long before the comments were asking him to pick up a camera and go and find this cave and document it this time. Show the world what he found that day when he walked into that vibrating cave. Maybe he stumbled across a secret that the government were trying to hide in Area 51. Maybe he stumbled across aliens. Who knows what was the explanation behind why that cave felt so wrong and the vibrations were taking place. So Kenny did what he loved most, and he got to hiking. And this time he took a camera with him and he took a pistol.
Well, here I am on my hike up here in the mountains north of Las Vegas. This is a canyon I just walked up in. Now you can't tell, but my truck is way out there by the mountains at the very, very end of this valley. It's kind of like a big canyon. On the other side of these mountains, I'll show you in a second. There's lots of little caves, but they're not the kind of cave I'm looking for. The kind of cave I'm looking for is deep, and it's dark, and it's shaped like it's shaped just like the letter M. So lots of little caves and stuff along here, and it's about level with the ground, like in an area like this. So I really got to keep my eyes peeled because I don't want to pass it. Whew, what a hike! It's disappointing I didn't find the cave, but I still like to hike. And I just came across this fellow. It's been a while since I saw one. It's a nice little Mojave Desert tortoise.
Disappointingly for people invested, he could not find the cave when he went out that time to go and find it. Now this was met with disappointment, with criticism, and some vitriol. It can't be ignored. There were a lot of people quite annoyed that he couldn't find the cave again, and they wanted him to go out again, go and find it. And it has to be said, Kenny was fired up by these comments, and he wanted to prove that what he found that day was real. So that was that. It was decided in his head that he would go out a third time to go and find and prove this cave exists. But there was one comment before he went. Now, you can call it a coincidence, you can call it dark foreshadowing, but it read as follows. No, do not go back there. If you find that cave entrance, don't go in. You won't get out. Now that is very ominous indeed. On November 10th of 2014 was the day that Kenny decided he was going to go and once and for all prove that that cave is a real place. So apparently he said goodbye to his family and set off. He said he's just going for a short overnight stay hike in the desert. Now, to be honest, this wasn't out of the norm for him. He did this very often, he was very good at it, and they were very confident that he would definitely be coming back. Just to show how confident in his own ability Kenny was, he left comments on videos that pertained to how good he was or how good he felt he was and experienced at hiking. I've been doing this sort of thing for over 20 years. I go where no one goes, and I never take anyone with me. I find skulls of all shapes and sizes, and occasionally I find really old animal traps. I hike over mountaintop after mountaintop and sleep on peaks under the stars. Sometimes I have to scale giant cliffs to get myself out of a jam, but I always make it back. I'm beat up and tired, and my pack is almost always heavier than when I left. I had to be rescued only one time by a helicopter. I'd blown out my left leg at the top of the mountain, and I only had a cup of water left to get me 20 miles back to my truck. It was also over 100 degrees out, so I have a very good safety record. They would never see Kenny ever again. An extensive search party was put out to try and find Kenny, but unfortunately the trail went cold very quickly. Now, the video that I showed earlier, there is some moments in that video where he is talking next to a mine shaft. So they went and checked by that mine shaft, and this is where they found the final clue to his whereabouts. His mobile phone, or cell phone, was left nearby to the mine shaft. After this, trail went cold and the man was never found. Now, obviously, this spawned a lot of theories on the internet. You know, what happened? Did he fall down that mine shaft? Did he run out of food and water? Did he succumb to the elements? Did he find the cave? Did the government kill him for uncovering a top secret? Were there aliens in that cave? Was he abducted by aliens in the desert? So many questions surrounding what happened to Kenny. And then one day, a comment pops up claiming to be Kenny's girlfriend. I am the girlfriend that Kenny spoke of in the video. There are so many posts I had no idea until a friend let me know. So many people are wondering what happened and guessing different things. You are heartfelt about the sadness around what has happened with Kenny. He has not been found, and I feel that he probably will not be for many months, if ever. I want to share what I know and feel about what happened, so that you might bring some closure and understanding in your own lives. Kenny absolutely loved hiking in the desert. It was his very favourite thing to do. We hiked and camped together all over the Nevada desert, sometimes 9 hours in a day. We found many abandoned mining towns, usually referred to as ghost towns by Nevada hikers. We explored many caves and mine shafts. We were always careful how we explored them, but Kenny was a bit more daring than I was. We wore snake guards, sun-protected clothing, used walking sticks, brought enough water and food for the hiking hours, and had extra water and food in the car. I want you to know that I do not think Kenny had an accident. I believe he committed suicide. He battled depression for many years and would not take medication or see a doctor. He quit his job a little more than a year before he disappeared. The search for him was started within a couple of days of my call. Over 30 search and rescue team members searched 3 different times on foot. 1 helicopter flyover was done, and there was no trace of Kenny or any of his camping things. They found his car in the area I told them it would be. They did find his cell phone by the mineshaft in the video. The mineshaft was only about 4-hour hike from his car. It is my feeling he left it behind so that he could not be tracked from the GPS in it. He also did not take his video camera with him on this solo hike. It was left in his home, so he had no intention of filming anything. I share this with you for 2 reasons. First, so that you have more of an understanding who Kenny was and to bring some peace or understanding to the situation. Secondly, if any of you do decide to go out into our desert to look for him or the M cave, be careful and bring enough food and water. Walking sticks are a good idea, and not doing a solo hike. Bring a GPS and make sure that you have let family or friends know that you are heading out for the hike and where and when you will be returning. A search really can't be on a 1 day hike. You would be repeating much of the same hike, just getting up the mountain and then be left with not many hours in the day to do the search. You would need 2 or 3 days at a time, and in the summer or even late spring, this cannot be done because of the heat of our desert. You would not be able to carry enough water, so please be careful. I had many wonderful experiences with Kenny and will always remember them and have a place of love in my heart for him and the wonderful things that we did together. I am healing from the loss and look forward to new experiences with desert hiking, camping and taking beautiful pictures of our desert. Enjoy your adventures of life and thank you for the kind, loving comments sent my way. So that was apparently a comment from Kenny's girlfriend. Now, as far as I'm aware, this has not been verified as to whether this person is who they say they are. They're claiming that Kenny committed suicide. Had Kenny tragically just had enough of living and just went out into the desert to die? It is strange that he didn't take his camera with him, apparently, because obviously the whole point, or we thought the whole point, was that he was going out there to document the M cave. Or, let's look at the options here. Is this not his girlfriend at all? Is this just someone on the internet claiming to be for, I don't know, self-gratification or wanting to get involved in the story? You never know with profiles online. It could be the girlfriend, but maybe being forced by the government to put out a story, i.e. suicide. I mean, let's be honest, this wouldn't be the first, suicide to keep secrets, i.e. Epstein didn't kill himself. Or this could be totally legit. This is the girlfriend, and we've just found out a lot about Kenny, his headspace, and maybe he did go out and commit suicide. But it is a bit strange. I know that the desert is vast, but there was such a big search put out for him. If he committed suicide in the desert, wouldn't his body have been found? It's just many question marks around this mystery. Now, I did some extra digging around his profile and stuff. Something a little bit odd came up. So I snooped onto his YouTube profile and didn't find anything out of the ordinary initially. A few posts, one playlist with 2 videos on it. One being a song called Yo-Yo by the Osmonds, and the other a self-help video by a YouTube account with 300 subscribers. Now I looked deeper into this profile and went onto the About and found a website. This woman is apparently doing very well for herself as a sex guru. Kenny commented on one of her videos, and it was the one that is in the playlist. Now, I don't know what the timing was in conjunction with the comment and his disappearance, etc., but he is complimenting this woman, asking to take her to some shows, and then asking if she's married. I mean, he could be trying to cheat, I guess, but also he could have been a single man seeking out a partner, and if this lines up with the timing of him going missing, that would imply he didn't have a girlfriend, which would raise questions surely about that comment left by his apparent girlfriend. I'm just doing a little bit of searching and putting some things together. Maybe not getting the right answer, or maybe I am. That's up to you to decide. What do you think about this M cave mystery? Do you think it's Area 51? Do you think it's the aliens? Do you think it's the government? Do you think Kenny was just a broken man who had had enough? I'd love to know your thoughts and theories down below, guys. Thank you so much for watching today. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you very soon. If you could like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thank you. Maybe even share it. Sweet one. Peace.